Hey everyone, this is take 2 or 3 on this. I don't really know, but let's just get straight to the point. And it's this. I would argue it's not the main reason, but it is a reason. One of the reasons why Trump won is because of social justice warriors and the culture of victimhood, but also of casting aspersions on other people. Let me get a few things out before we even start. Right, it's amazing that I have to do these caveats, but I am a liberal. Right, I am definitely left of center. I believe in a woman's right to choose. I am for LGBTQ rights. I am for even certain social safety nets, right? I mean, I think we can talk about those safety nets and where they should start and stop, but I'm definitely for some kind of social safety nets. I want there to be reform and legislation, gun control. Essentially, I want there to be some kind of gun control. Stuff's out of control. All these things, but and I also did not vote for Trump. Um, but the reason I didn't vote for Trump might be different than a lot of other people. And the reason why I'm making this video is because I'm concerned of how liberals are going to react. I'm concerned about how liberals are going to react to Trump. I think they're going to double, triple, and quadruple down on a strategy that is not working. And not only am I against the strategy, but I'm against the principle behind the strategy. So this is not just politics, but principles, right? If you want, I think one of the people who's best at talking about this is a YouTuber named Sargon of Akkad. He has a huge audience, so most likely you've already heard of him before me. But if you haven't, he's much more articulate about this stuff than I am. But I still feel like I need to say my piece. So that caveat out of the way. So social justice warriors, you know, the too long didn't read version is this: everything is sexist, everything is racist, everything is homophobic, and you have to point it all out. That philosophy does a few things. The first is that it muddies the water, right? Everything is sexist, everything is racist, everything is homophobic. And now when you have someone like Trump come, who might actually be, I'm not 100% convinced. I think if anything, maybe he is sexist. I think some of his language towards women is the most sort of like concerning. He might also be racist, although he's not overtly racist and other things. But when you finally need to muster that energy, it's lost, right? We spent it on Black Lives Matters. We spent it on Halloween costumes, on safe spaces, on trigger warnings, on gender pronouns. You know, these are the hills that social justice warriors spent their energy on. These are the hills they died on. And when you finally needed to muster energy against real institutional power, right? Real someone going for an office, a real space of institutional power, nobody believed you, right? That's a problem. The second thing is it also, it's like, well, if everything is sexist, everything is racist, everything is homophobic, well, why not just have that in the White House, right? I mean, think about the psychology that this does to someone. Let's think about someone, a well-meaning, a well-intentioned, a well-meaning white person in Wisconsin. There's plenty of them, right? And this is somebody who may have well voted for Obama twice. So if they are a quote-unquote racist, they certainly aren't one overtly, right? They are comfortable enough to vote for Obama twice, right? Now this person hears about something like a Halloween costume, right? A Halloween costume is racist, and this person looks at it and says, "Well, I don't really think that Halloween costume is racist. I mean, sure, it'd be racist if you wore that on November 1st, or if you wore that on April 22nd or whatever, but it's Halloween, right? You're supposed to dress up as something. It's supposed to be a caricature of sorts. And granted, you're not, obviously there are certain things that would be definitely out of line, right? Like a kind of, black face, big lip, stereotype, right? That would be way out of line. But, dressing up as an Indian, let's say, right, doesn't have to be racist. And this well-intentioned person hears that it is, and they think, well, I'm not racist, but they're saying I'm racist. But they're not right. What else are they not right about? That's the train of thought, right? And this train of thought goes for lots of things, right? Black Lives Matters. Well, I don't necessarily support Black Lives Matters. I'm not even necessarily saying I'm against it. I just think that maybe there's reasonable arguments against some of Black Lives Matters. But according to them, if I'm against Black Lives Matters, I'm racist. But I don't think I'm racist, so they must be wrong. I wonder what else they're wrong about, right? That's the line of thought for a well-intentioned white person in Wisconsin, right? This is not somebody who's, thinking about race and sex constantly. Now, I know the response to that is a privilege, right? Oh, it is your privilege that you don't have to think about race and sex and class constantly. But by you making them think about it all the time, I actually wonder if it pushes people towards a kind of racism. You're basically saying, look, I vote across demographic, I vote based on racial lines, so now you should too. Well, again, that white person that doesn't necessarily identify themselves as a white person first and foremost, now they do have to start thinking about that. And it kind of makes them think, well, geez, this is weird. I see Latinos voting for Latino causes, African Americans voting for African American causes. What am I supposed to vote for? And it almost pushes them to think and identify themselves as white and racist in a way that they didn't before. So all of this, I think, is just it muddies the water, right? Again, the too long didn't read version is social justice warrior cries racism, and then when a real racist shows up, nobody believes it, right? It's crying wolf. I think there's also an element of the emperor has no clothes, right? If everything is racist, sexist, homophobic, then nothing is racist, sexist, and homophobic, right? And I also think that there's an element of cognitive dissonance, right? All those people who are being told that they are being racist and sexist, but they don't think they are, and most people don't think they are, right? There are a very slim minority of people who will actively say, yes, I am a racist, I am a sexist, I am a homophobe, right? We'll use the KKK as our foil here, right? Unless they are outwardly a KKK member, they think, well, I'm not, so they must be wrong about this. What else are they wrong about? And I'll say this: there are plenty of racists and sexists, etc., who do support Trump, and that is a problem, right? In fact, this is interesting. Baltimore, per 100,000 tweets. That's interesting. I don't want to get distracted. I'll say this: we'll just use KKK members. Do I think that every member of the KKK supports Trump right now? Yes. Do I think everyone who supports Trump is a racist or is a member of the KKK? No. Half the country is not racist or deplorable, but racist and deplorable people now think half the country is with them, and that emboldens them. And here's the problem. Again, if you start saying that they are all racist and sexist, you are only legitimizing that small minority of people who now think half the country is with them. Half the country is not with them. I'm talking about half the country is not with the KKK members, right? But if we act like they are, if we act like half the country is racist and sexist, then more and more of the actual racists will think that they have larger support than they really do. And you may even drive people to them, right? I think what we need to do is really rethink the liberal strategy of identity politics and where its strengths and weaknesses are. So I don't know what else to tell you. I think that there's going to be tough times ahead, and I really hope that liberals and the left are able to come up with a different strategy and a different principle upon which we can unite. Because my problem with this guy is, more than anything, that I don't think he is mentally prepared for the job. I don't trust him. I don't trust his judgment. I don't trust him near a nuclear weapon. I don't trust him in all kinds of a range of things. I don't. This sounds bad, but I don't care if he's not nice. I don't. I'm Jewish, right? And there has been some claims of anti-Semitism. Honestly, I saw the last ad he did. I didn't. I understand how it sort of has some anti-Semitic, I guess, dog whistles, but I don't care. He could even come outright and say something negative about Jews. Oh, the Jews, they're all shifty or whatever. I don't care about that. What I care about are his actions. And I'm afraid that he is going to do some bad actions, make some bad choices. I think he could drive us into a lot of negative places in a lot of ways. And that's what we need to attack him on. I think that there are way fewer racists than we really think. But let's go from there. I hope everyone's having an excellent day.